see how everything works. Hopefully nothing's too shitty. All right. Good evening. It's it's 10:40 p.m. The 21st of May. I am live in Tokyo, so hopefully the stream will work out well today. I think I get everything set up as best as I possibly can. So, but we are going to play some D&D. This is session, I want to say 52 of Odyssey and Dragonlords. So, we'll do some fun shit. And we'll have Arcadia do our recap, and we'll get into it because we might be doing some battle today. Who knows? But without further ado, Arcadia. I think she's here.
Hey, I was just hearing I'm hearing a weird echo of you.
Oh,
hold on a second. That might be me.
If you had the stream up, you'll hear both me and the stream.
Never mind. That was me. All right, so good morning or evening. Konnichiwa. We start the session around 11:40 in the morning on Thursday, our 53rd day together, 44 days until the Oath of Peace expires. And despite being all over the maze, we have somehow more or less met up with each other. Nico is to the north with 2 brown bears he conjured, fighting George and Bruce the monk, who has both pieces of a crown he stole from Nico and Gaius. But down a little south, we have an unidentified creature, a random monster that Damony bought for us, and that unidentified creature grabs Ametrius's arm, and he feels weighed and slowed down. Gaius starts crawling away, but is continuing to say, "My boots." Nico notices that Bruce has both of the crown halves tied around his belt and uses his thorn whip to grab it and lasso it away. Ametrius dashes to Corbin, mounts him on his back. Chuck finds the center of the maze but gets teleported away and ends up coming around the corner and finding his compatriot Bruce and George fighting. Gaius continues to crawl away, then he stands and runs. He looks at Arcadia and says, "Tell that horse I'm getting my boots back one way or the other." Because if you recall, Corbin had taken Gaius's boots when he was unconscious, but Ametrius revives him with a lay on hands. Gaius wakes up, finds his boots are missing, and assumes that Ametrius has stolen them. Corbin dismounts and goes north. He has Ametrius's drift globe in a bag of leaves on a rope, and he ignites the bag of leaves and lets go of the drift globe. So as far as we know, the drift globe is still sitting on the ground in the maze. The unidentified creature casts a wave of weariness on Ametrius, one of the Minotaurs, Corbin, Arcadia, Gaius, the bears, and Nico, and it brings Gaius down. And then it hits Ametrius with its phantasmal dagger, and it takes him down. And Corbin and Arcadia see part of what looks like Ametrius' soul go out of Ametrius and into the creature. Arcadia yells her battle cry and attacks it, but the bolt does no damage. She tries a magic bolt, and there is no difference, so it seems like it is invulnerable to physical damage. Nico raises Ametrius with a healing word, but the soulmonger, the unidentified creature seems to ignore him and moves past him and stabs Corbin. So this creature is creating a lot of havoc. Nico is attacked by Bruce. He loses concentration on his conjured animals, and he's stunned. So now Bruce takes the crown back from Nico and takes off running. Arcadia tries a couple of Hail Marys and tries to command the unidentified creature. It doesn't work. It shakes its head at her, it holds up its index finger, and the tip of it looks like death. Chuck stuns George and runs after his compatriot and calls out, "Flee, you fools." The unidentified creature comes right past the stunned Nico, right up to Arcadia. She feels a wave of cold and dreariness come over her, and then at that moment we hear a loud gong ring and some victory bells as Bruce, the Oresian monk, has assembled the crown, worn it, and stepped into the middle of the maze. At this point, the unidentified creature is raising its hand, about to touch Arcadia. and she hears Pythor call out, "Enough!" and it walks away. Arcadia is very unhappy at seeming to be manipulated for the crowd's entertainment, because there is no crowd there, except we discover when the lights come on that first that Lutheria is not happy. Gaius survived, and we see a big crystal hung up and realize the game has been magically broadcast to the crowd, and it zooms in to show the best and worst moments. The only winners are the Arisian warrior monks. Valis steps up and congratulates us on a well-done entertainment and asks us to kindly leave as they are setting up for the next heat. As the medics take Gaius out, we hear him bitching about the boots. And because Corbin is so small, he will have to get the boots resized. We have about 2 hours between the games, and as we leave the tunnels, we see a massive crowd outside, and Chuck and Bruce are almost mobbed by the people. But as we head out, they jeer a little bit, especially towards Corbin. As he exits the royal labyrinth, Demetrius sees a young man in his early 20s with long black hair and a scar over his eye. He walks up to him and asks him if he can speak with him in private. And this is the conversation that happens. "My boss would like to know if you have decided to pay him or not." "That depends. What's the asking price?" "Same price as it was last time." "So you're over at that shop, huh?" "He would like 700 gold." "And wasn't it 600 last time?" "Well, now it's 700 because you made him do a little bit more work." "All right, and which of you clowns put that horse head in front of my tent?" "I do not know anything of any horse head, my lord." "Okay, and what are you supposed to do if I tell him I don't want to buy it?" "I'm just the messenger, my lord." "Tell you what, messenger, I've got a message for your boss. Tell him I'll pay him a personal visit after this game is over. I'll swing by the shop and we can discuss payment then and there." "You want me to tell my boss that you refuse to pay and that you want me to let him know that you'll be paying him a visit later today?" "No, I want you to let your boss know that I will come by the shop later today and that we will negotiate the price then and there." "I fear, my lord, that the price will only go up the longer you delay." "Are you a messenger or are you your boss?" "I'm just a messenger." "Good. Then don't think for yourself and just do as you're told." "Yes, my lord, very well." "Enjoy the games." "Oh, I will." Corbin goes to the priests and asks him in private if he can resize the boots, and he ends up telling him that he can bring him to a place that will resize them. Corbin asks him if he can give him any advice for the next game, and Kamos says, "Run fast." Would have been good if I could use these boots for that, wouldn't it?" "They're not my boots. Maybe you shouldn't have stolen them from that man." "I just find them lying on the ground. He was dead." "No, no, we saw it. You stole the boots off of a dead man, as well as your friend over there shot him in the back. So unsportsmanlike." Well, Corbin puts the boots of speed into his bag, but makes an illusion that they are on his feet. People shake their heads in response. The boots have Corbin on the soles. Arcadia checks the prices for potions of healing. They are exorbitantly expensive. And Nico meditates and prepares for the next, well, we're going to see what happens. Nico meditates and prepares for the next event in his tent, which is the Trial of Endurance. Demetrius approaches the priest and asks him to cast Longstrider on him. And Kamos says, "Since you were honorable in that last battle, I will do it for 40 gold." And he agrees. So as we head into the arena, we hear a mix of boos towards Arcadia and Corbin and cheers for Demetrius, who did the right thing by reviving Gaius. We start hearing loud, raucous cheers as Heracles and Atalanta step in. Heracles pushes Corbin over to the edge. "Out of my way." So this Trial of Endurance is a series of defensive challenges and tests of speed in honor of Mitros. There's a limited area, you run through the gauntlet, you grab a statuette, and run back to the start. Flight, levitation, and teleportation are not allowed, and this is a solo event. So we see in front of us a long gauntlet flanked by a bunch of lion statues. At the very end are a bunch of crystal dragon skulls, one for each of us. The goal is to grab one and bring it back to the start. Demetrius says, "Atalanta, good to see you again. Beautiful as ever." She looks over and winks at him, but when she sees Arcadia, she gives a little shake of her head. Both Titans, Sidon and Lutheria, and all the gods, Pythor, Valis, Kyra, and Bersi, are in attendance. Corbin is the first to go. When he gets just past the first pair of lion heads, they turn and shoot arrows at him. And they hit. And when they see this, the crowd goes wild, chanting, Gaius, Gaius. Corbin dashes past the second pair, and when he crosses them, they spit out ice, and the ground around them is now difficult terrain. Atalanta goes, Heracles follows, Nico follows, Demetrius follows, Arcadia follows. And then Corbin continues running forward and purposely falls prone to slide between the next lion pair, hoping to get advantage on ranged attacks, except a bunch of fire appears, and it too is difficult terrain. He crawls between the next pair, and when he crosses that threshold, he starts hearing soft, sweet, melodic singing. They are sirens, but he successfully avoids them. Demetrius puts protection from evil and good on himself, making himself immune to being charmed. So a siren attempts to charm him, but fails. But Atalanta, she easily jumps over the fire and ends up next to a siren who says, My love, you're so pretty. Come and see me, please. She gets all googly-eyed and turns towards her. Heracles sees this and thinks, well, I guess I have to be the first to do everything around here, and advances between the final threshold. The clay lions start to animate and step down. Heracles picks up a statue and starts running back. Arcadia, seeing what Corbin has revealed by running ahead, reaches into her belt pouch and pulls out her wax earplugs and stuffs them into her ears. Then a siren polymorphs Demetrius into a cat, and the lions start attacking. Cat Demetrius meows and attacks Arcadia. He doesn't like her. He runs up to her and begins clawing at her leg. He tries to climb her leg but fails and ends up clawing her boot, scratching the leather and dealing no damage but being annoying. Nico runs past the sirens. The other siren looks at Arcadia and says, why don't you join your friend down there? And she is polymorphed into a goat. But that siren didn't realize she was also concentrating on Demetrius, so Demetrius turns back into a centaur. Demetrius wants to be up with her love and crosses the south barricade, and as soon as she crosses it, a gong is hit and a whistle blows, and she is disqualified. The charm wears off. Son of a whore, this is some bullshit, she says. Demetrius moves away, and now Arcadia the goat headbutts him. The lion continues attacking. Finally, the last person standing. Oh, the other siren focuses on Heracles. My love, my friend, come and join your lover, please. She misses you. And he fails and ends up falling for the siren. Everybody else is down, including Arcadia is the only one left. And finally, the other lion takes her down. The gong rings. Pythor says, okay, stop it. Leave my kids alone. And there was no winner. We were all downed or disqualified. People are kind of jeering. Crowd says, I thought these were the champions. Atalanta goes to Demetrius to pull him up. Heracles will help Corbin and Nico, but neither of them go to Arcadia. This is the end of the second day of the games. We take a short rest. We end this session around 3 p.m. on Thursday, day 53 of our time together.
I guess it would help. My mic was unmuted. All right.
Yeah, you had me worried there for a second.
No. All right. Yeah, so interesting that no one won those games. But okay, so I know a couple of you was wanting to do some things, so what are we doing first and together and all that good stuff?
I think Nico and Demetrius wanted to go to the shopkeeper that has been threatening Demetrius. Mm-hmm. And Corbin wanted to do something too, and if we helped him, he would come with us.
Okay. And so what was he wanting to do?
So Corbin wanted to go to the boot resizer, and then I'll go help Demetrius.
to the boot resizer. Okay. And what about Arcadia? Is she attending, or is she going off on her own house, or what?
Arcadia is going off on her own.
Perfect. Okay, and yeah, I believe you said you're gonna have like Nyx just keep an eye on them or whatever, or something like that, right?
Yep, and we already decided that she's gonna grab some gold from.
She's
Yeah.
she's grabbing some gold. Okay.
How much gold are you taking off of me?
Let's see.
You have 3,000 of your gold.
Yeah, let's just take 500 if that's okay.
Alright.
If that's okay, it's your money.
No, you distracted me by this music, which isn't what I thought it was.
What do you mean? What music?
Oh, it is. Shit, god damn it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's not. Oh, this is you. Oh, I hate you. I hate you.
I have no idea what you are talking about. As I'm sitting here with this shit-eating grin on my face. So how much was she taking?
God damn it! I'm taking 500.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna move her over here.
I can hear that shit-eating grin through your voice.
I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, okay, so Corbin and Amitrius and Nico are all going to go to the boot resizer. Let's pull up, like, so for stream, I don't have the actual game play right now, but we'll get to that here in a minute. I need to find the map of the Bloody City. Sorry, laptop, different hotkeys. I come prepared, I swear. Where are you? There you are.
I'm still showing stream starting.
Yeah, because I don't have the actual thing pulled up. I need to get like a little another image made like for like RP shit. But okay, so here we are, and we can turn this over to that. There we go. Okay, so if you recall, the games are kind of taking place like up yonder area, and the boot dude, what's this called? The boot dude is down around here. So as the three of you are kind of walking around, you get some stares. You know, it's a couple people are coming up. You know, asking, or they're trying to come up and get autographs, but you know, you guys have your own kind of like personal set of bodyguards, as all the whatchamacallits contestants have. I mean, it's I kind of tend to this is like the Olympics, so there's a shit ton of people here. You know, it's crowded. It's a crowded ass city already, so there's people following you everywhere. Some want autographs, some are jeering, some are calling for Amitrius, some are, you know, saying Gaius was robbed, you know, kind of shit like that. But you make it to the boot dude, let's call him the boot dude again, and you kind of walk into his shop, and you see this like little old gnome hard at work on a pair of leather chaps. He looks up. Huh?
Need to get these resized.
I can do that. The hell did you buy a pair of boots too damn big for you, though?
Well, I've lost a lot of weight.
Lost a lot of weight and probably, I mean, you look at your feet, probably about 5 foot sizes.
Yep, something like that.
Okay.
I will tap Corbin on the shoulder and I will lower my front legs and lean over and whisper to him, "Are you sure you shouldn't have it measured first?"
No, I trust the guy.
Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, okay, no. I will stand up and I will save it in my brain for later so that I can say I told you so.
What was I talking about? Okay, so he looks at it, he kind of scratches his head and looks at the boots and turns them over. And I'm assuming you're handing him the actual set of boots, right?
Yes.
All right. And he looks over and he's looking at him and he flips them over and sees Gaius clearly etched on him, and he looks at you and kind of raises an eyebrow.
I'll raise an eyebrow back at him.
And he just, fuck him. He's like, how about, let's do, how fast do you want these done?
Expediting. My friends need me to help them.
Expediting, okay, I can do the same. Today he pulls out like a little abacus and does some slide stuff. And he's like, I can get this done. Let's do 12 hours.
12 hours?
Yeah.
I need shorter than that if we can.
I take it, Corbin.
He looks and he says, you know these are magic, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you want them done super fast. I mean, if you want them done faster, I can, but it might, kind of jack something up.
12 hours is fine.
Okay. Anyways, like I said, 12 hours, and I don't like this perk, so how about 100 gold?
Alright, if I gave you 200 gold, could you do it very quickly?
Alright, you can give me 200 gold, it'll still be 12 hours.
Alright, I guess it'll be 100 gold then.
Alright. And then he holds out his hand.
I give him the money.
Okay. And he says, alright, come back 12 hours, or if you really want to stay, you can. And he points over to a couple chairs sitting in the corner, like they're all dust covered and have crap on them.
So are we going to have time to do Demetrius' thing if I stay?
No, we need to go do it now. We'll be back for your boots later. We only have 6 hours to the next game, or like 4 hours or something.
It's 2. No, wait, no, this is the end of the day.
It's the end of the day, yeah.
Oh. Let's go, Corbin. We'll do your thing after.
I don't want to leave the boots.
We'll post a guard here or something.
I don't trust the guards.
You want to sit here on a chair for 12 hours?
Yeah.
And go without a sleep or any of that stuff.
Oh, it's tempting. I will give him another 100 gold and say, I expect you to take very good care of these for me.
Hey, anything for the short peoples, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright. So I'll give him another 100 gold to take extra good care of those and not lose them.
And he will happily take it.
Alright, I guess I will go with Demetrius.
Okay, when we go outside, I will ask Nicodemus to turn into a large grizzly bear.
Rude.
Use my wild shape.
Yeah. While he's doing that, I'm gonna use my second win. since I'm super hurt. And well, before he does the wild shape, do you have any healing left?
Can we actually do a short rest if anyone has any hit dice?
I don't have any hit dice.
And me either.
Nice. I'm all out.
I got some potions, but I
Good
guess
evening.
everyone can get a.
Nice. Nice roll.
Let's see.
Helps a little.
Everyone can get a regular potion of healing.
Is that in the party sheet somewhere?
Yeah, let me put it in.
I'm a bear.
All right. So I want to put a collar around Nico's neck with a leash.
Hey, wait. We won't have to go there.
It's just for show.
I
I'm
can't
going
speak.
to.
I guess you might as well.
That's
Just
just for show.
growl
Kinks
at
are
you.
coming out.
I'm just gonna growl at you.
Right. I will use my animal handling on him.
No.
Here we go. Oh shit.
Oh, yeah, not very
I'm
good.
proficient in it too. So okay, yeah, I give up on the collar and the leash for now, until we at least get closer. So we take the gang to the shady vendor.
All right. While this is happening, I just want to swap over to Arcadia for a second. I believe you said you're heading back to your tent. Is that correct? Or was there anything else you were going to do?
Yes, I have lots of things I'm doing. I first of all, she's going to, well, after she retrieves the gold, she's going to the board to see who is competing where, as well as who won what. And if there are any games that are continuing, she is going to look for someone she has not observed before, with her first choice being her fellow Amazon Michaela. She wants to see what she's up to. And then she would do the same thing that she normally does, is, observing strengths, weaknesses, techniques she could learn. And she's also going to do a flyby of Ileana.
Okay. So the only game left today would be that one, the maze. So there's really, unless you want to kind of watch the crystal. But there's.
Well, who's in it?
Who is in it? Where's my thing? Here's my thing. In it we have the Goatling and Maynard, the Ogre Zombie Revenant, Full On, and one of his compatriot centaurs that no one bothered to talk to.
No, then she's going to... No, she's
Okay.
not going to do that.
Okay.
So then the next thing... Not really.
Rude.
She's going to go by the bank and see what the exchange rate is, because she wants to get rid of her copper. And this is all just like pretty mundane stuff. But then she, if it's not too exorbitant,
Yeah.
and then she's going to try to.
So they'll exchange the copper for a 10% fee, if that makes sense. But like every 10 gold, it would cost you 1 gold or whatever. Like that you exchange.
Right. Yeah, so like for 2216 copper pieces, she'll get like 20 gold or something like that.
Yeah, it'll cost you 2 gold to change it all.
Yeah, that's fine. So, okay, and then she would go back to the diamond wholesalers and try to get more diamonds.
They will sell you 1.
They will sell me what?
1.
And for how much is that worth?
300.
Oh, so it's worth 300.
Correct.
I sent you a link for easy gold conversion, Arcadia.
Thank you. Okay, so she will, as long as it's 300 gold piece worth of a diamond, which she would know, I'm assuming, because this is a thing, that she would do that.
Okay.
Okay, so if you would put that in my inventory, I will take out the gold.
Cool. Alright. So that'll take quite a while to do all that, like traveling and all that good stuff. That. Inventory. Come on. There we go.
Thank you.
Cool. So while this is going on, I'm gonna take you off here. You guys get a map.
Hey. Is the shop on this map?
The shop is on this map.
I will gently ask Nico if I can put the collar on him now.
The bear just nods his head up and down.
Okay, I will put the
Hand
collar on
vision.
him
Nice.
and hold the leash, and I will take Nico into the shop.
Okay, so while you are heading towards the shop, which is in the purple, you see there's the shopkeeper hanging out outside.
I'll approach the shopkeeper.
Okay. And he also has a friend standing next to him. They're just kind of hanging out, almost as if, and they don't seem whatsoever surprised to see you. And as you come up, two more people step out.
I will say, "Oh, greetings. I was just walking my bear." Say, you're the shopkeeper, right? With the ring of swimming?
Well, you considering you just saw me last night, hopefully your memory is better than your prowess. But yeah, that's me.
I think we agreed on 300 gold for that ring, but your guy just came over and asked for 700.
We did not agree on 300. I told you that the normal cost would be about 300, and on top of whatever surcharge would, or however the difficulty, I believe I said, was in obtaining it.
I see. And what dragon did you kill to obtain it?
I killed no dragon, my lord. I'm just
Then
a humble
how dare you
shopkeeper.
ask for 300 gold finding fee?
Well, 300 gold plus, because it was hard to get. Now it's making, my life a little bit more difficult. So
Yeah.
700.
I see. That's how we're doing this. How about I make a counter offer? 300 gold, or you and I have a problem?
No, if you have a problem with me, you'd have a problem with all my friends and the boss.
I see, and if you have a problem with me, you have a problem with my friends, and also with my pet.
And
Yeah?
when you say that, you hear coming from the shop low, deep kind of chuckle, and you hear somebody start walking out. You hear walking a tap. It's like someone with a cane.
Mm-hmm.
And this man kind of appears.
Nice.
He looks like the kingpin. Awesome. Look at this dude, boss man. Holy shit.
I will slowly observe him coming out, and I assume he walks up to me.
Yeah, he's a big beast of a man, and yes, he walks right up to you and stares you right in the eye.
I'll say, greetings. I assume you're in charge of this operation?
My friend, I'm in charge of all these operations.
I see. Well, I'm afraid I have a little problem with one of your employees. I would like to file a complaint.
I have heard your complaints, and I've heard my compatriots' complaints, and all of my little friends have observed you and your compatriots, and we've heard your complaints.
What does the man have to do to get a little customer service up in here?
I believe my associates here, I think he was in the right.
I will reach into my bag and I will pull out a dragon tooth. And I will hand it to the boss man and say, you know what this is?
He looks at it and he says, looks like a dragon tooth from an old decaying dragon.
A dragon I personally killed. And if you knew the first thing about dragons, you know they don't get old. They get stronger.
Okay, is that supposed to frighten me or something?
Supposed to give you a little warning about who you're messing with. I'm going to have to cancel this purchase. And I assume there's going to be no more trouble from you and your goons.
He kind of chuckles and says, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
I just said it, didn't I?
Okay, let me ask you this, my friend. You are one of the Oracle's champions, yes?
Yes. I am close and personal friends with the 5 gods.
That's nice. I don't care. I'll tell you what. You can cancel your purchases. And, don't bother trying to purchase anything else in this city.
The first person that denies me anything will see it ripped from their hands for free.
And he kind of chuckles and he says, "Well, then we will have a problem when you try to do that."
I guess we'll see. Might have to bring my own crew to the next meeting. I'm sure you've heard of the Ultras. We've got a few gods, a few hundred sailors, some dwarven knights. Oh, and Moxina. I'm sure you've heard of Moxina.
Of course I know who Maxina is.
Yeah, close friend of ours.
Oh, is she now?
Yeah, you better keep that in mind, boss man.
And he kind of chuckles and, "Oh, that's kind of interesting to hear." Okay then.
Have a good day. I hope you watch me in the next games.
Oh, I watch everything. Just like I just seen you go into the leather worker, yes?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have spies everywhere. I see everything.
Well, then you must know that was my friend's business, not mine.
But you are the company you keep, am I right?
I suppose you have a point.
I will go up to him and say, "Good sir, I'm here only for my friend's protection because he can be foolish. Please do not have your dispute spill over into my affairs."
And he looks down at you and kind of shrugs. And you are the company you keep. He wants to make a threat to my business. I cannot have that.
Listen, boss man. The knife cuts both ways. You mess with my friends, I mess with your friends. And we are in the god's business. And those are a little bit above your pay grade. So back off. Take the loss.
And he says, "Do you really think that and he does air quotes, "the gods will intervene in matters of the city? They don't control the city."
No? Isn't Valis the queen?
Queen in name only.
That's a bold statement. I've seen her do the work.
I will ask him. I'll say, "Sir, I do not want to dispute with you. Is there some other chore we can do to make this right?"
I'm not doing a chore for this guy.
Maybe Corbin will.
For my troubles, how about 2,000 gold?
Well, I don't have the gold. I said, is there a chore I can do for you?
I have no need for more people. I have plenty of friends.
Well, Corbin, I think our business here is concluded.
No, Corbin's still asking him not to have this spill over to him. I'm like, this is not fair. I will. I would appeal to you not to have this burden shift to me.
Oh, please, Corbin, you can't buy into whatever this windbag is spouting.
And he kind of chuckles. Well, you say that, but we know that your bear friend over there is Nicodemus the Druid. And we know that your compatriot, the brutal, barbaric Amazon, is doing some shopping at the bank. We know all these things.
So you've been watching us.
We see everything in this city.
Over
This is
one-
my city.
Over one measly ring. Now, why do I find that hard to believe?
Well, you did threaten one of my associates here.
Only just now.
We don't take that too kindly.
You've been watching us for a while, haven't you?
We watch everyone.
I see. I'll give Corbin the look like I'm about to attack this guy.
Corbin
But this,
doesn't look very happy.
I'll give Nicodemus the look.
And Corbin will say one last time, he'll say, please, sir, give me some kind of sign that there can be reason between us.
You know what I did just say what I would like.
You ask for things that we cannot give. I do not have that kind of money.
I don't know what to tell you. Like my associates here only asked for a measly 600 gold, and
Now you want 2,000 gold.
But hang on, I am talking. Don't interrupt me. He mainly asked for a measly 600 gold to procure an item that your centaur friend here wished for, and then when it was procured and brought to you, it was laughed in his face, saying, "I am not paying that money. I want it for free." We don't do things for free around here. And now, when we are asking you for the money again we were told, "Piss off. We will come and find you and take care of this lowly shopkeeper." And now I am involved. I don't like being involved in things. And now I am involved. So
I don't like the way you spin this story. I never asked for it for free. I offered 450 gold.
But you just said 300.
Yeah, the price went down.
So who
Because I
is
have to go through all this trouble.
So who is spinning the tails here?
I see. I lowered the price because I had to come all the way over here to pick it up. The 150 gold, that was delivery cost. Now, are you going to listen to my friend's pleas and be reasonable? Or are things about to get very messy?
Are you sure you want to do that? You're not going to threaten me in front of a lot of my associates here, are you?
You just threatened me. You're having us watched. You say you'll do something. You'll bar us from purchases. I don't think you know what is at stake here. Why do you think we do the things we do? We're trying to save the world.
I'm not barring you from anything. You barred yourself from things. That is on you.
We'll see how much of a city you have left when the centaur come and Sidon smites you with his lightning. Not a pleasant experience, by the way.
But I thought you were going to save this city with the gods.
Exactly, and isn't that in your best interest?
I have no interest in anything either way.
I see. So, well, then I guess we're done talking. I will pull out my weapon.
And he says, "Are you sure you're going to threaten me like that?"
I'm not going to threaten you. I'm going to kill you.
Okay. And give me 1 second then. And when you do that, the other four, they get ready as well.
The hell is the unidentified creature?
Told you, is a giant of a man.
Quite literally, it seems. He's huge.
I don't think he'd fit inside that house.
Did he come out crawling or something?
No, he bent down.
That's
They had
6
to butter
miles.
him up before he got out the door.
Have you ever seen what the fuck's that show? Oh yeah, keep it. That's exactly what he basically is. Oops. Is Corbin and Nico going to join in?
Oh fuck! I guess I got no choice.
It's like, because all these guys are rearing up to attack.
I got no choice.
Yep. I mean, I will yell at the guy one more time. Like, are you sure you want to involve me in this?
And he looks at you and says, "You are involving yourself, my friend."
You threatened me first. I was just here.
Oh wait, Arcadia, you don't need a roll, Arcadia. Well, if you don't want to die with your friend, then I suggest you leave.
And I will not be involved.
You will not die.
And I will not be barred from the shops.
I get my money.
No, I owe you no money. I was not part of this. You cannot burden me with money that my friend owes you.
But you decided to accompany him and saying, "Oh, we'll scare the shopkeep."
I am just walking in the street here with my friend. Is that not allowed?
You knew what was going on. You knew what he came here to do.
Nothing has come between us.
I think the time for talking is done.
Very well then. I gave you a reasonable chance.
That boy ugly. Alright, Bear Nico.
There. Okay, got to swipe at him. 3, nothing. I'm gonna bite him. Oh, nothing.
Oh no.
Oh,
This guy's dip dodging and diving away from me, man. He's quick.
he's built different.
Or are you just sticking his belly out and you're biting claw
Yeah,
marks, you're just bouncing off of it?
Bouncing right off his belly. What the? That's all I can do.
First, this guy gets a blade in the gut.
Also, the door is telling up about what? No, exactly.
We're supposed to be heroes, man.
We're cleaning up this town. And that was...
He's cleaning up this town. Oh, shit.
Oops. Alright, this one is going to hold... No, it's not going to hold. Okay. It's going to take a swipe at you, Demetrius. Well, with the scimitar.
Ouch.
And Boss Man starts laughing. My turn. And he's going to punch you twice.
I got 11.
And yes,
Yeah,
standing.
he's got me then.
No, he's punching Demetrius, not you.
Oh, okay.
And yes, standing right where he is, Demetrius, before you say he's 10 feet away.
Yeah. Not good.
And he holds up his hand. Are you not satisfied? And he's looking at Corbin. He's looking at both Bear Nico and Corbin, but Bear Nico can't really talk.
I will walk up to him, and I will hand him 2,000 gold, which I will partially take from Arcadia's supply since I don't have it.
Okay.
And I'll say, very well, enough. I still ask that we make this even now.
Very well. next time, teach your centaur some lessons, or else we'll have to send them back to my associate Regos. Get this filth out of here. And he will turn and walk away unless one of you want to attack him.
Well, I can't. Else I definitely would.
Yeah, you can. I was more along Nico or Corbin.
Nico Bear is just going to pick up Demetrius by the back of his neck and drag him away.
And the shopkeep, when he goes down, give me Nico and Corbin. Give me a what the hell's that roll? Let me see here. Perception. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. Just perception in the tower, please.
Perception.
Yes. All right, so Bear Nico, as you're coming up to grab Demetrius, you see that the bandit captain is bent down and he's looking like he's... Huh? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Whew. He's sorry.
I can't hear you guys anymore.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hello?
I can.
Yeah, I could hear you. What happened, man?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can we hear Engorgio?
You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I
Bacon,
can hear everybody.
chicken nugget.
Oh, boy.
Tomo el gato, Mr. Robato.
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Hello?
Hello?
Chicken?
I can hear you.
Alright. I don't know what happened. I lost.
That's weird.
It happens sometimes.
Did I see anything on perception?
Alright, so yeah, that's what I was getting into. So, Corbin, I guess you're kind of in awe of this boss man as he just laid your friend out in 2 hits. So that's all you kind of really see. But Bear Nico, you see the shopkeep been down, and it looks like he's about to go through Demetrius's pack. Like he wants to dig in his bag.
The Nico Bear will drop him and just take a swipe at him and growl.
And he pulls his hand back really quick. Sorry, my friend. Sorry. Just trying to get my due. He kind of looks at you both and says, "Now let us be a lesson to you. Bossman might not have lifted the ban, but you are no longer welcome in my shop." And he will also turn to walk away. That was fun, and we're out of combat. And there is a crowd of people around here, so they're kind of laughing and jeering. But we are out of initiative. I'm assuming somebody's probably going to heal Demetrius.
Yeah, I guess I'll give him a healing potion.
Okay.
Well, I will have Nico take him a little farther away first.
That's what I was about to say.
I don't want to revive him right outside the shop.
That's what I was about to say. Is you're gonna open his eyes and be like, "All right, fuck this guy," and go running after him again, like as he's halfway down the street. Because that's Demetrius for you. All right, so you're gonna revive him down the street. Okay. Go ahead and roll out on him.
You want me to do it?
Well, whomever is him.
on.
Oh, I can say, what happened?
And when you say that to you, there's a townie come running up, and he says, "You just got knocked the fuck out," and takes off running.
Okay. And will Corbin explain about the gold?
Yeah, I'll say there was really no hope there, my friend. I had to sacrifice a lot of gold to get us out of that one.
I will give you 2,000 gold.
Okay, I will put it back in place of Arcadia's gold. I'm like, thank you. I did not want to have to explain that to Arcadia.
Yeah. Wasn't your goal to lose. Anyway, I'll go back to my tent.
I'm like, I will try to console him. I'll say, I still think we're doing the right thing, but we are just not strong enough to deal with this town right now.
Yeah, that always seems to be the case.
I mean, you picked a fight with the boss.
He was quite unreasonable, though.
So, Amitras, he will go back to his tent and start his long rest.
Okay. And when you do come in, you see Gaius and other people just kind of hanging out, and Gaius kind of looks at you and he just shakes his head and my boots.
I'll give him a look at and not now. I've had a bad day.
Yeah, we heard. News travels fast.
Sure seems like it. It's a friend of yours?
We've had some run-ins together.
Oof. I'll go to bed.
I will check with Nico to see if he has any wild shapes left.
No, not till tomorrow.
And while Gaius is talking to Amitras, I'm going to go over to his tent and see if looks like I might be able to sneak in there. Oh, well, actually, did I ever get the potion that I was promised back?
You never went to retrieve it.
Okay, I guess I would do that first.
Okay. And when so are you going by yourself? I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So when you get down there, the shopkeep looks at you and kind of narrows her eyes, and she pulls out the vial and sets it on the counter, and she asks you to please leave. That your transactions are complete.
All right. I'll discreetly take the bottle and I'll nod at her and walk away. Try to find my way back to Gaius's tent and scout it out.
Okay, give me a perception. Because people are still, around here. And you have a small crowd, but maybe now a large
Sorry,
crowd.
I didn't roll in the tower, but...
No, okay. So as you're heading back,
Hold on one moment.
Oh,
Something is wrong with your perception skill.
Why is that?
You only get half proficiency in perception?
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Why? Don't you have proficiency in it?
I don't know.
So it should be at least a 15 with proficiency. Doubled. Might want to check that out.
Right. Anyway, by the way, Garjo, I would have been disguised, because remember, I had to be disguised, because the first time I went there, I was in disguise, or she wouldn't have recognized me.
true. Let me look at something. Because it says you only have half perception.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
Unless you did some janky shit. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll check it later.
Anyways, it wouldn't matter even if you rolled 15. So, this guy's Corbin. As he's walking down the street, a couple kids come running up, and they're surrounding you, and they're like, "Hey, Mister, what are you doing? What are you doing out here, Mister?"
And they're like, "Go away, children."
No, Mister, play with us. Do you have a copper? Maybe a silver piece or two?
I'll take a handful of copper coins and just throw them out into the street for them to go get.
We're not dogs.
And then leave them late.
Mister. Do you want to,
I'm gonna guard all my possessions because I think they're trying to rob me.
Mister, would you like to, maybe get something pretty for your girlfriend?
Go away.
Mister, you don't even know what we have to offer.
And I'll be like, very well, show me.
We have this very pretty, what the hell is this thing? It's red. It's a potion, maybe.
How much?
For you, 10 gold.
And then you will leave me?
But why would we want to leave you?
Because I have business.
Okay.
I'll give him 10 gold.
And they take the money and they take off running. And as you put it in your bag, you realize that they sold you back your own potion.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they totally pickpocketed you before.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, "Thank you, mister."
You're welcome, kind child.
Okay. Is he doing anything else? Oh yeah, he said he's heading back and looking for a way to get into Gaius' tent.
Right.
You and Gaius is sort of... I mean, he's sitting outside the tent. Like, unless you wanted to try and, like, crawl your way into the back.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll try to sneak around the back and see if I can't get in without him noticing.
Give it a sleight of hand, because you probably have to like maybe cut a hole or something in there.
All right. Can I use my advantage for the day?
Sure.
All right. Advantage. Sleight of hand.
Yeah, easily. You can get make your way into the tent.
All right. I will quickly look for his potion.
Investigation. Yeah, searching around, you see his little nightstand, and you open up the nightstand, and you see a folded up piece of paper, and like kind of like a locket on one side of the dresser, or like inside the little cupboard, and then behind everything is the vial.
All right. I'll quickly swap the vial, and if there's time, I'll take a quick glance at the paper.
Okay. So the vial itself is about half gone, and the one you have is full.
Well, then I'll pour half of my vial into that vial, and leave the half that's there.
Cool. And yes, they do look identical. All right. So putting that back, you look at the piece of paper. It is a like a crayon picture a daddy, a mommy, and two babies or two like kids, and in like really crude drawing, it says, "Good luck at the games, Daddy."
Corbin will shake his head and say, "I can't believe an a-hole like that could have a family." And then, okay, I'll put that back and I'll slip out the way I came.
Okay. And as you're heading out, you hear a meow.
I will quickly make my way over to a vendor and see if I can't get some of the catnip.
When you get to the vendor, yes, they do have a bag of catnip.
I'll buy that.
You see that it says cat spice, 1 bag, 5 copper, and they ask you for 1 silver.
I'll give them a silver.
Okay, and they will hand you a bag of cat spice.
All right, and then I will hand it over to the cat. Say, now you behave yourself.
Meow. And the cat just kind of like rip open the bag and just digs in.
All right, and then I will go take my long rest because I need it badly.
Okay. How about Nicodemus? Who is muted? Oh, he's not here, maybe. I don't know.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah, good.
I had a sneeze and I didn't want to interrupt Corbin's. Nico's probably just going to go to sleep. He's tired. He has used all his spell slots and had to drag Demetrius away.
Yeah. Very, very old, and he's probably done with this shit. He's not old, or he's too old for this shit.
Very much.
Okay. And Arcadia, I think. So no one's... Alright, so we're not going to sit around the campfire and chit-chat and stuff. Okay, cool. Okay, so we will... go ahead.
So, should I say that I exchanged 2,200 copper pieces for 20 gold pieces?
Yes.
And she went back to the Ultros and she asked Maxine if she knows anything about the 100 Hands competition.
And she says, no, this is something new.
Okay. She also asks her if she has any leads on, like, the healing potions at a normal or a cheaper rate, just like when she found the Ring of Protection through Julius.
She says you could probably go to the source, but the source is in Regia.
Oh, so she doesn't have any leads in Mitros, where she could get things in the underground in the thieves' world for cheaper.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then, and then I just have one last thing that I'll mention to you, but otherwise, I think that's it. And then she would head back and go to her tent.
Okay. So she doesn't even know anything about this boss man. Just getting the shit kicked out of boys.
What? What did you say?
I said, and she won't even know anything about the boss man and all that stuff happening.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So yeah, we'll do a long rest if we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Let's see here. I gotta think of something really quick. How the fuck do I want to do that?
I guess we need to redecide on teams because we said we couldn't do a 4-person team.
It would be a 4-person team for Kyra Kart.
Oh, I thought we said no. I'm confused.
Oh, it's a 4-person team. I redid things.
I thought we said it was 6-person team.
Yes, but I told you over the I think it was last week or the week before that I was reworking it to make it 4 people. Because because when I was originally doing this, it was set up for because we still had 6 people.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this one's Steve and what's his name?
Chamos.
Chamos.
The priest.
The priest. Okay, so we'll do this. Let's see here. Oops, this. And we'll do a perception. Do that. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, so, Arcadia, Nico, Demetrius. Arcadia, Nico, and Demetrius. You wake up to the heavy smell of smoke and, like, loud chatter.
I get up out of my tent.
Okay.
Do I see any fire?
So, alright, so if we're looking at this map again, this is like kind of where my arrow is. That's kind of where I want to say like player village should be kind of over here. Looking down, you can see a large black plume of smoke coming from down by the harbor.
I will go and wake the rest of the party.
Okay.
Well, Arcadia's already up since she smelled it.
Yeah. We just have to wait.
Does that seem like where the Ultros is?
Yes.
Let us hurry there.
And there's a crowd of people like, what the hell is happening? Blah, blah, blah. I'd say rushing down there would probably take about 40 minutes because of the crowd.
Okay.
And so when you get down there, you see the smoke still going, and there is a as you're coming up, it's where the Ultra. It's right, like the dock where the Ultros is, and the dock itself was set on fire, and you see like kind of in, I guess not tires, but like rubber, laid out rubber spells like it's on fire also, and as if you send next up, you can tell that it spells something out.
What does it spell?
Leave this city.
She would tell the rest of the party what it says. And then she looks at them and says, "What did you do yesterday?"
Corbin will pull her aside and explain Demetrius's beef with the shopkeeper. And I'll say, usually he is kind of unreasonable, but in this case, I'm not sure he was even wrong. That guy wronged us severely bad, and Demetrius, he is too proud to take that crap.
And she says, "How did he wrong you?"
He overcharged him for the ring. When he refused, he did not allow him to refuse. And then I tried to get out of it even just for myself, and he wouldn't accept that. Just never gave us a chance to be reasonable in any way whatsoever. And Demetrius is not prone to be reasonable even under normal circumstances.
Arcadia glances over at Demetrius and looks at Corbin and says, "He overcharged him for the ring, or Demetrius didn't pay him what he asked for? There's a difference."
No, he overcharged him to begin with. they had an agreement, and he charged him a pretty hefty increase fee. And then Demetrius refused, and then he did not let him refuse, and that caused a lot of problems.
And so now we're not welcome in the city because of that.
It appears, although I mean, I did get the big boss man to agree that we were not on the hook, so I'm not sure where this animosity is coming from after he agreed not to do this to us. But once again, this is a very unreasonable man.
She just sighs and shakes her head.
I want to roll an investigation check to see if I can find out anything or speak to witnesses that are around. See if anyone saw who did this.
While they're doing that, Corbin's going to break away and go get his boots.
Okay. Corbin, probably about 40 minutes to run back up there. So Demetrius, looking around, you see, there's a crowd here. They got the Myrtrosian equivalent of the fire department out here, scooping buckets of water onto the, trying to scoop out or to put out the rubber. It seems a lot harder than you would think. The dock to the Ultros is gone, but the Ultros itself does not appear to have been touched. And looking around, everyone says, like whomever, like a couple people that you talk to, we didn't see anything. We just smelled the smoke, and when we came up, the dock was ablaze, and these rubber things were set out, and they're on fire as well.
Does anyone know what time it happened?
The first reporting was about an hour and a half ago. Hour and a half ago.
What about the crew that was on watch on the ship?
How are you going to get over to the ship then?
I will just wave to them or give them a signal.
Okay, they wave back.
I'll tell them to come over, take a small ship to the land.
Okay, yeah. So they row up, they row like a little, like to another dock. And they say that the only thing that they saw, it got very foggy out for a little bit, and they saw a few dark shapes kind of running about outside, because keep in mind, like the dock's probably about 100 foot long. So they saw some shapes running at the end of the dock, and then when the fog dissipated, it was on fire. And there was about one guy says there's 3 shapes. One guy said there's 5 shapes, and the other says no, there's only 2.
Is Moxina on board?
She is.
I need to go talk to her.
And one guy will jump out and swim over so that you can get in.
I will get in. I will sail to the Ultros.
Okay.
I will talk to Moxina, see if she knows anything about this.
And she says, "Who did you piss off?"
Well, I'm not sure about pissed off, but some large bald guy.
You pissed him off. How?
He tried to scam me for some gold, and I didn't want to pay it, and I attacked his men.
You mean you attacked my men?
What do you mean, your man?
That is my husband.
Your husband just stole 2,000 gold from me.
Well, from what I can tell and what I've heard, You asked for something and they got it. And then you didn't want to pay.
Aren't you meant to be our ally?
I have no qualms with you.
Then solve this problem.
It's not my problem to solve.
Why not? Then what do you do here?
I do a little bit more than you know. I do things in the shadows.
Tell your husband to give us our money back and to leave us alone.
I will not do that.
I did name drop you, by the way.
Okay.
And he seemed not happy to hear of you. At the very least, he didn't seem to care.
He didn't. We might not see eye to eye on the gods.
Is your husband a Sidon worshipper?
Yeah, you could say that.
Your husband is a Sidon worshipper, and you're on board with the 5 gods, helping them in their quest.
Our relationship is... You could say that it is a little bit difficult sometimes.
I don't think complicated cuts it in this case.
Yeah, potatoes, potatoes.
So did he do this?
Not his style, but he could have said and maybe ordered it done if he wants you out of the city.
My friend said that he agreed to leave us alone.
He agreed to leave you alone.
Yes,
That's
because
not
we
his
gave him
style.
gold.
That's not his style.
Well, we did give him 2,000 gold.
I feel he might leave you alone, but you might have a little bit harder trouble buying things. They might be a little bit more expensive.
Even more expensive.
And she kind of shrugs at you.
Do you mind if we kill your husband?
My friend, I've been trying to do that for 10 years.
What kind of marriage is this?
One of convenience.
Well, thanks for the information. Goodbye.
She kind of nods her head. And she says, good luck.
I will sail back to the shore and tell the party what Maxina said, and that I don't personally think it was the same guy. Because there's no reason why this man would want us to leave the city. Because as long as we're here, he can try to get more from us, at least. So maybe it's a new enemy.
Arcadia would say, I think the fact that you pissed him off is enough.
Yeah, well.
I wish you wouldn't bring your personal business on the rest of us. Now we all must suffer. Remind me of Steve.
I didn't.
Oh, she did not just say that.
I think she went there.
She went there.
I didn't bring anything on anyone. That was the problem that we had. This man is completely unreasonable. Anyway, let's go back to the games, I guess.
And you notice that Corbin is not there.
I'm not back yet. I don't know how long this took him to do all this.
Hell no, you're not back yet.
Yeah.
you have easily an hour and a half trip.
Alright.
Well, let's go to Corbin's boot shop then.
There you go. So Corbin, when you get to the boot shop, the man is the old gnome is there, and he kind of looks up and says, you're back.
Yes.
Who did you piss off?"
Wasn't B. It's a friend of mine, but I at least made it even, I think.
Yeah. Well, your alterations are complete. That is, but I am unfortunately there's not much else I can do right now.
What do you mean much else? You did what I asked, right?
Yes, that we had agreed on that beforehand, before the notice went out.
Mm-hmm. Ah, so we are still blocked from the shops? I thought I thought I resolved that, boss man.
Blocked, no, but we are told to charge you and your compatriots extra.
Ah, okay. At least that is not blocked.
Arcadia scowls at Demetrius.
Oh, shove it, Arcadia.
I fear we will not be coming back to this city for quite some time. Perhaps when you need us again, or when things cool down.
I hope so, because I want to see you stick it to that prick.
So he doesn't like the boss guy?
No, he's talking about guys.
No. Well, I mean, I hear he does have children, but Lord knows how. And then I'll take the boots and put them on, and
he kind of scratches his head when you say Lord knows how, and he says, "Well, when a male and a female get together, they really love each other."
Yes, but can you see anyone loving Gaius?
Well, who knows? Like, I don't know.
Me either. That's my point. That's what And I'll put the boots on.
Okay.
And make sure that has he removed Gaius' name and put my name on there?
He removed the name, but did not add your name.
Okay.
Because you didn't ask him to do that.
All right. Well, at least the name is gone.
Yes, the name is gone.
All right.
Luckily, nice of you to pay him extra money. That's why he did it.
Yes.
Well, Corbin, take him for a spin.
I think I have to attune them.
I believe so too. Are they not in your bag?
Maybe he can already be attuned because they were originally his boots.
I don't think
No, that's not how it works.
I don't think I ever got them in the bag.
Oh, give me a second. Speed. Yeah, it is an attunement item.
That takes a whole day, right?
No, short rest.
All right.
Yeah, but they're in your bag.
Do we have time for a short rest before the next game starts, though?
This is probably I would say it took you at least about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to do all this.
Is that a yes or no?
Let's see. Where's the bloody thing? 51 and up, yes. 1 to 50 now. That is a 78, yeah.
Alright.
So, wasting a short rest. Okay. Bam.
Not wasting. I got my boots attuned.
Alright, fast boy. Those are actually pretty nice boots.
Yep. Speedy Corbin.
I'll tell the party, the city, wherever we go, there's corruption and people are unreasonable, and I'm thinking we should leave Mitros for good.
Oh no, all this shit happened when you started becoming sus.
Corbin looks at him, he just nods and says, yeah, I'm not very happy with the city. I'm not even sure if we should finish the games, although we could win.
I mean, why do we do all this backbreaking work for this king and these people?
I'm beginning to share your questioning, Demetrius.
We have important things to do.
I don't know what to believe anymore. And
I say the next time some evil titan wants to drown the city, I say let him.
I will say I need to speak to you alone for a moment, though.
Okay.
And I'll say, can we find a quiet spot where no one else can hear us?
Sure.
All right. So remember, I came on that trip as a favor to you, so now I ask for a favor in return.
I don't think so, Corbin. I heard what you said.
Explain to me what is going on with you and killing those minotaurs the other day?
Well, first of all, you were about to betray me and not help me, so we'll consider that favor cancelled. Secondly, you can just ask me without all this secrecy.
I'm asking then, because this is not like you at all.
I received a vision, remember, with Nico's family and such. At the time, I also received a vision that commanded me to sacrifice a minotaur in the name of my god.
And your god is who? The horse god wants a minotaur sacrifice? Why would that horse god want a minotaur sacrifice?
I do not know the ways of the gods. Why do these lazy gods allow everything that transpires in the city?
I think we need to question these things.
Why don't you start with questioning those 5 gods that you serve? This place is a hellhole.
Yes, I think you might be right. I don't trust them as much as I used to.
Indeed. Did you see them the other day? They were being all friendly with their mortal enemies, putting on pretenses, while trying to kill each other in the shadows.
Yes, something is definitely very, very wrong.
A few months ago, Sidon tried to destroy this entire city, kill everyone here, and now he's attending the game and laughing and being a funny little father. Unbelievable.
Very strange.
Super sus.
I say, okay, I will not share.
I don't mind.
I will not share your deeds with the others, but
I don't mind. I don't have secrets. If they must know,
well,
I did it, and
I will not be the one to tell them. If you want to tell them, then you can, but I will not be the one.
Very well.
And we will rejoin the others.
Sus. All right. Okay, so you rejoin the others. Now what? Now what do we do?
I think. So, we're going to be a team together. That's what we decided.
Yep.
So, who is doing what task of the games?
I don't even know what to expect. Do we have to sit in a cart, or maybe we should go to the arena and have a look at the rules and such?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So as you are making your way up to the arena, there is a very large and angry kind of crowd / mob outside the arena, and they are demanding to know answers.
Answers to what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ask one of them what's going on.
They bloody canceled it.
They canceled the Great Games?
They bloody canceled today the carts.
Huh. Can we go to the Olympian camp or the contestant camp?
Sure.
Where normal people can't go. And
Normal people can't go. Wow.
Get away from the peasants.
Wow. Yeah, peasants.
And can we talk to one of the game organizers that tell us where to be at what time?
Yes.
And ask them what's going on?
So when you go up, it's a very beautiful young man, and he looks up and his eyes kind of widen and he gets like a little glint in them, and he says, "Yes, my lords, what can I do for you today?"
What's going on with the games? We just heard that they were cancelled.
Well, the counter carts has been postponed, on simple fact of they can't find her.
Can't find who?
The goddess Kyra.
Oh my god. Thank you. Do you know where the other gods might be?
My lord, I am just a lowly peasant. I don't know anything like this.
I am up and down, and I will say, I'm looking for a new servant to help me shave and bathe. Are you available?
And he looks you up and down, and He looks you up and down again.
I will flex for him, show my muscle.
And he says, how is the pay?
Better than what you're getting now.
Is there danger involved?
A little bit.
Will it be in danger sometimes? And peril, maybe?
That depends on if it's mating season or not. No, I'm joking. You'll be fine.
And he kind of smiles and blushes a little bit and says, do I get to sail on the ship with you?
That's right.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Okay, arrange your business and be at my tent tonight.
Tonight? Okay.
And I'll show you your quarters on the ship tomorrow.
And how's the pay?
It's good. We'll discuss the details later. I'll just pay him above average.
Okay.
He gets a seat next to an oar
Yeah.
with a chain. There's your seat. Get to work.
Get to work. Yeah. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
So I speak to the rest of the party, like, what do they want to do now?
I would suggest, Nico, why don't you get the pickle out and see if you can find Kyra?
That's exactly what I was
that's a
thinking.
good
I was
one.
like waiting for you guys to say something, but I was like,
completely forgot
all right,
that thing
I
existed.
gotta get the pickle out and see what's going on with Kyra.
Alright,
So
good.
we all get together and
Yeah,
we find out that Kyra's missing. Nico's gonna pull the pickle out of his pack and Kyra, wake up! He shakes the pickle. Wake up, Kyra!
Pickle, nothing happens.
Oh boy.
Nah, she's in trouble.
Probably dead.
No. Don't we have some kind of a spell that we can use to attract people?
Maybe if Kamos was here.
Ah, damn it. Maybe we can talk to the other gods where they saw her last.
Yeah. Probably go find Pythor and ask him.
And while you,
That's-
really quick,
yeah.
when you're doing that, when you guys are discussing this, Corbin, the cat comes up and kind of claws you, like a soft claw.
I will try to communicate with it.
You get the sense that it wants something.
Can I follow it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Cobra, we were just discussing a plan. And then I will walk after him saying, he's always so short of attention span. I mean, And I walk with him, I guess.
The cat will lead you.
It's just a cat. Stop following it.
We'll lead you to the vendor.
How are you this fast?
I will buy him some more.
Okay.
I'll accidentally knock over a cart as I'm chasing Corbin through a crowd, but he easily ducks through the legs.
Yeah. That's funny. So when you buy the cat some more spice, you come back. You hear retching coming from the from a tent, but then you also, I'm assuming, see, Arcadia and Nico just look at you guys like, what the fuck?
Hey, it's the only thing in the town that likes me.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Let's go to the gods.
Let's find Pythor.
So I guess we go to the palace first.
Okay. And as you all are leaving,
Would this be at Castus's palace? Is that where Pythor is, or is he on the Ultros? I mean, do we know where he hangs out?
you don't know. I mean, he's been on the Ultros, but he's also been in the palace.
I mean, we can go to the Ultros afterwards, or maybe you can send your bird to the Ultros.
Yeah.
But he was not on the Ultros when you were talking to Maxina.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the city the past few days for the games. So let's check the Temple of the Five first, and then the palace itself.
Okay. And as you're leaving, the village where the normal people can't go. You see your buddy Gaius coming out, and he looks super pale, and looks like he's carrying a big ass thing of water.
I will walk over and gently grab him by the arm.
And he flinches when you do that.
Say, hey guys, what's going on?
When I woke up, I felt great, but now I can't stop vomiting.
Maybe lay off the booze.
I haven't drank in a while.
Have you seen any of the gods?
No, I've been in my tent all night and now today.
Where does Sidon hang out in the city?
I'm not telling you that. You stole my boots.
I didn't steal your boots.
It's you.
Listen, Gaius.
I will quickly disguise the boots. So
The boots, they used to belong to a friend of mine, and he simply took them back. You have to take the loss.
But they had my name on it.
I know, and you lost them. It sucks. That's life. And then I'll pat him on the shoulder and keep walking.
And as you're leaving, you hear him puke again.
Ugh.
As Corbin, you unknowingly gave him Ipecac.
Nice.
Good job, Corbin. That would have been sick in today's game, though.
Yeah. I was seriously hoping you would, drink it. But anyways. Okay, so yeah, you head down to, you said you're going to the Temple of the Five first?
Yes.
Okay. You go down to the temple. There are a few people outside and inside, but you do not see Pythor.
Then towards the palace.
Okay. To the palace we go. You head up to the palace. There's, it's kind of like I would say like Imperial Palace or whatever. There's still, visitors daily. And they kind of give you guys like jeers and kind of like, well, not Metrius, but Corbin and definitely Arcadia. They kind of like give them to a wide berth. And you go into the palace, and a young tiefling comes up, and yes.
We're looking for the gods.
Aren't we all?
What do you mean?
You said we're looking for the gods.
Yes.
Aren't we all?
I try to grab him by his collar and say, "Kid, don't get smart with me. Just, where are the 5 gods? Or the 4?
We don't know. We are looking for them. You
They are
buffoon.
missing.
You
They are
buffoon.
gone.
You buffoon.
I'm on a short fuse today, pal. Please, did they vanish overnight, or does anyone have any idea where they went?
We don't know.
I will put him down, and I will walk to the party and say, I think there's trouble.
Yeah, it looks that way. Maybe we should get on the Metros and get out of here.
And do what? We need the gods.
We could
Do
go to Volcans.
Do we really need the gods?
We have a visit to Volcan anyway. We could see if he's there.
Okay.
Vulcans in the other city, though.
Yeah, he's not in this city.
That's a long
No, I
walk.
meant if we're talking about getting on the Ultros and leaving, then I was going to suggest we should sail over there instead of Solid.
Oh, okay. I thought you said, go see him. Okay.
All right. That's a good idea. But before we do all that, I want to speak to the king. If anyone has any idea, it has to be him.
Okay. The king will grant you an audience.
I will politely enter and give him a polite bow. And I'll say, greetings again.
Greetings. You are doing well in the games, I see.
Thank you. But I'm afraid the matter is here quite grave. You must have heard that the 5 gods have disappeared.
No, I've heard that, yes.
Do you have any idea where they went?
I wish I knew.
Do you have agents in Astoria?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Have they reported back on if Vulcan is there or if he has also disappeared?
Vulcan's not in Astoria.
Yeah, the say Vulcan hasn't been in Astoria in a while.
But you said he was in the city.
No, he's in
No,
that.
he's in his forge.
Yeah,
He's in
the
his
forge.
forge in the Mithra Mountains, working with the salamander.
No,
Yeah, the
I thought
salamander,
you said he
you-
went from the forge into the city. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, he remember the salamander that you pissed off.
I remember, yeah. Okay, avoid that question then. When you went to bed, was Valus there?
I'm not telling you that.
No, I don't mean in that manner. I mean, when did you see her last?
Yesterday afternoon.
And have you heard of anyone in the city that saw them disappear or leave the city?
We have not.
Oh, okay. Then we will investigate this matter. Do you have? Do you know if Sidon and Lutheria have also?
And ooh, I'm glad you asked because they cannot be found either.
Oh, okay. So all the gods vanish overnight in the middle of the games. That the fact that they had the games tomorrow must mean that it wasn't voluntary. So something big is going on. Okay. Do you have any advice for us on where to start our investigation?
If I knew that, I would already be doing it.
All right. Well, we'll get on this then. Thank you for the information.
You are welcome.
I guess we leave the palace.
Okay.
I will, of course, the party was there, so they must have heard everything. But maybe we can ask Moxina or that boss guy.
I think it's the boss guy that's causing all these problems we're going through right now.
There is no way that some small-time rent-a-thug can kidnap the gods and the titans.
I think we should go back to the boat.
Agreed. We can, at the very least, ask Moxina and such.
And Arcadia would send Nyx up to just kind of take a look around. Did she see anything?
Anything specific that she's looking for?
I was just looking for the gods.
A giant tsunami, a kraken attack, an earthquake.
Naders coming into town. If she's looking for I mean it's just it's a standard city. Like if she's specifically looking for people, it's gonna be like really hard.
Can I summon
check?
vengeance to me?
Yeah, Vengeance
I will do that.
Yes. Yeah, she does come. She looks hangry.
No, that's her usual expression.
I'll feed her some rations.
Okay. Feeding her some rations, and she kind of, after she eats, she kind of like looks around in your bag and kind of is trying to like jump into your pack.
I'll let her do that. I'll say, don't stay in there long.
And
Well, I'll put her in the part that's not the bag of holding.
Correct. All right, so she'll jump in, and a few seconds later, you'll see her holding a coin. Mm-hmm. That's all she wants. But yeah, she's with you now.
All right. I guess we board and go towards the ship.
Downtown. Okay, walking downtown. How do I want to do this? Oh, okay. So, as you guys are heading down, you happen to walk past, because it's so crowded, you're just kind of like trying to get down. You end up going through old Minotaur village, and a young Minotaur child comes up to Ametrius and is looking at you longingly.
I'll say, hello, kid.
Hello.
Can I help you with anything?
You were the centaur who slew my father yesterday, right?
Yes.
And the child will grab onto your hoof, or will try to grab onto your hoof.
I will let him, and I'll look at him awkwardly, like, what's he up to?
And he's hugging. He's trying to give you a hug.
Why are you hugging me?
Because my father, he went out in honor of Lord Sidon, and he is so thankful. My family and my siblings, we are so thankful for that. Because of you, now we can eat.
Yes, he did say something like that, and his last moments were very brave. It was the toughest Minotaur I ever faced.
And he looks up at you with tears in his eyes, and thank you so much. Maybe, hopefully, one day I can also go out and battle.
I will take a dagger out of my bag that is made from a special material unseen in the world, except by the rare dwarves, and I'll give it to him. And I'll say, here, hold on to this. Make sure you use it to protect your family.
His eyes grow big. I will cherish it until the day that I die.
Right, now we have to get on business. Have a good one, kid.
Thank you. Ametrius the hero.
Arcadia takes all of that in.
Yeah, because I think this be the first time she's hearing about this.
Yeah, it is.
It's the first time Nico as well.
Yeah.
He just doesn't say anything. He just continues to his ship.
Okay. All right, so we get towards the dock, and let's take our break as we've been going for a minute. I gotta pee. All right, stream. So yeah, let's come back. What's that?
Go to that small bathroom with the high-tech toilet.
It's kind of a large bathroom with a super high-tech toilet. Yes, I'd love it. Yeah. So let's do.
Does it balance your checkbook as well?
I wish, but it does have heated seats.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Hey, yes, it does. It's a real nice hotel. If you ever go, I'm not trying to plug anything, but if you ever go to Tokyo, stay at the Shangri-La. It's a very nice hotel. But anyways, let's come back at 45.
All right.
All right, stream. So yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. If you go away, please come back, and let me start a timer for. Let's see, it'll be 12:45. Start. And bam. And let's put on some music. And we'll be back in a bit. I think we're back.
We are back.
I think so.
A very strange mystery is going on.
Very strange mystery is the what is it, the game is afloat or some shit like that. How shall I say that?
Corbin no good with mystery though. Corbin smash.
Corbin smash. That's all Corbin knows.
Corbin might just have to wander around town knocking carts over looking for the guy.
God. Okay, but yeah, so we make our way down to the ship. They finally got that fire going out, but the rubber things are still there. And Nico, you see one of your old buddies kind of surveying the damage and shaking his head and.
On the dock?
Yeah.
It would have never happened in your old day, Nico.
No.
No. It's going to take us forever to rebuild this.
He just goes and shakes his head next to him. He's like, there seemed to be some trouble in the city last night. We pissed off the wrong person.
Yeah,
I'm sure Nico's aware of who the big boss man is anyways, so...
Yeah, Mitchell would have told him that he is Maxina's husband.
Everybody looks at you. Yeah, think. And it's going to take us forever to repair this. Not accounting for money.
Does no one in the city care that the Oath of Peace is about to expire? That there might be a huge war that will destroy the city? We don't have time for this petty shit.
I mean...
And I guess we go to our ship, unless Nico wants to talk to him.
Don't live here anymore, so good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck in whatever you're doing. I've been cheering for you in the games.
Thanks. I'm trying to save the world.
Oh, that thing too, yeah. Well, good luck in the games. And saving the world, but... Okay. It's like he doesn't care.
I assume the Oracle is missing as well.
Who knows?
I will check.
Well, you just went down to the...
I thought we just got to the boat.
Yeah. She hasn't been on the Ultros in a while. Ever since she got... Remember, she left before
yeah, she's a
got
judge.
the Ultros.
Yeah, we can't go and see her because that would be against the rules.
So yeah, she hasn't
Well,
been
for
there in
the
a while.
games, it's against the rules. But they seem to be postponed right now.
That's that rogue class speaking, and I love it.
But no, she has been on the Ultros in a while. So yeah, you get to the Ultros. Then Maxina, and you got the Tiefling and a couple other people hanging about. And they all look, where are you? We're setting sail, Captain.
And I'll say, have you heard anything about the Five Gods?
What do you mean?
They've been missing.
And kind of scratch your head. Where'd they go?
That's what we're trying to find out.
You're like, I don't know. I just swapped the poop deck.
All right. I'll ask Arcadia where do you want to go.
She says, well, maybe we should try Volkan's forge and see if he's there.
Okay.
We need to drop stuff off of there anyway if he is. And pick up some stuff.
All
But
right.
she suggests we go to the secret entrance by the waterfall.
So I think that mountain is next to a river, right? Does
Yeah,
the Ultros fit on there?
Yes, it does.
Oh, very nice. Then can I put the dial or whatever on Vulcan's Forge, or maybe just tell the crew to follow the river to the forge?
You cannot do it on... Oh, yeah, if you want to tell them to follow the river, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
It'd probably take close to a day to get up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it took us, I think, 2 days on foot.
Yeah. So going up this, I mean, it's not a massive river, so and it's a massive ship, so it's kind of think like was it the Panama Canal, like trying to navigate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can get up there easily. So yeah, a day. It'll take about a day to get up there.
Then we want to go to Vulcan's Forge.
Okay. Yeah. So you get to well, we can just fast forward unless you guys want to talk about things.
Let's fast forward to the forge, or...
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
All right. Fast forward to the forge. The ship docks underneath the waterfall, and you get off the porch, or you get off, and you don't hear any forge work going on, bang, like hammer and like that kind of shit. You don't hear any of that.
Okay, we want to go in.
Okay, you go in.
Is the salamander there?
She is.
I'll ask her, have you seen Vulcan?
Haven't seen Vulcan in a couple days. He said something about going down to Mirtros for one of his the games in his honor. And you got these lazy ass dwarves over there just being chilling.
So, can we have some items made, or is that something only Vulcan does?
That's the Vulcan thing.
All right. Have you heard anything from Astoria?
She looks at you.
I guess not.
Like, no.
Okay, thanks. By the way, you're a pretty unique creature in this realm. So, do you know a thing or two about magic and gods and such?
I mean, I've been locked up for a while because of magic, so I kind of know a little bit.
The gods all disappeared, even the titans. Do you have any idea what might cause such a thing?
You can't just make somebody disappear unless you kill them.
Yes. Well, I don't think they are dead. They're too powerful for that. Do you know where we might go to find information out about what the gods are up to?
If I knew that, I would tell you. But the only thing, I mean, maybe it's the fates. The fates are trickle bitches.
The fates, right? I've heard those names before. They
Several of us
decide.
need to see them. Nicodemus needs to see them. Chemos needs to see them. Well, he needed to see them.
They decide luck and bad luck and such, the destiny of people in this world, right?
That is correct.
And let me just check my compass notes here for a moment. Info. The Ultras. Do we have the Fates Island? Do you know what island the Fates are on?
It's on the island of the Fates, but we don't know what constellation that
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Do you know what?
So when you say, "Do you know what island they're on?" She'll say, "The island of the Fates."
We were told to seek the wisdom of the sun god under the constellation of the Chariots. If you want more information, you may seek out the Fates. Seek the wisdom of the sun god under the constellation of the Chariots. He will surely help you find the revenge that you seek. That is what the salamander said to him in the past.
Oh yeah, okay. That's maybe a good clue. All right. Well, thank you for the information. We will be on our way then.
Well, before you go, do you have meat?
Meat?
I'm very hungry.
I should have some meat, actually.
And those lazy bastards over there ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, I'll feed
Arcadia
her my
reaches
remaining...
her.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I'll feed her my remaining rations, but if Arcadia has meat, that's maybe better.
Arcadia has meat. Her rations are meat.
Oh, yeah.
Meat jerky, so she'll give her.
Yeah. I'll also feed my remaining rations to her with Arcadia's.
All right, and like your little tongue will like flit out and grab them up. Maybe.
You should just ask one of these dwarves to feed you.
Oh, lazy bastards!
And if they don't, just burn them.
I don't trust them.
Yeah, they can't poison you. You're Vulcan's friend. Friend. Ally.
Lazy bastards. Oh, no, that's a good...
Yeah, so, put them to work.
So she gave her 3 rations of, portions of meat.
Yeah, same here.
Nico's gonna go to the dwarves that are there and yell at them.
And they,
Get off your lazy asses and get out and go hunting for my salamander friend. You're starving it to death. What about my dogs?
and they look at you, and you can tell that these are younger dwarves. And they look at you, and who the hell are you, boomer?
Gen Z dwarves, I see. Get off your lazy hinds.
You're not my mum.
I will stand behind Nico and I will crack my knuckles and I'll say, you need some help?
Yes.
Alright, let's whoop their asses and... yeah, let's whoop their asses and set them to work. Can we roll like an athletics for that, or do you want us to whoop on them?
Yeah, you can roll in athletics. You're gonna make them go out and pick their own switches.
Yeah, exactly. And give them wedgies and stuff.
Well, if they're going to waste their time doing that, Arcadia is going to go out and see if she can find anything to hunt.
I'll
by
go
the
with
way,
Arcadia.
And on the way there, she went back to her usual routine of meditating and then parkouring her way around the ship.
Quick blurby.
Parkour. So, are you going to go up to like the top floor, or are you going to go out onto the dock and try to fish?
I'm going to go up to where the wilderness section is.
Okay.
Probably would ask to go with her and see if she can help him with his bow.
Okay.
And when you go up to the top floor, you see the dogs. They look hungry.
Oh, hungry in a threatening way, like they're going to try to eat us?
No, like hungry in a pathetic way. Like they're like not vicious. They're just, like nobody's feeding them in a way.
Okay. I'm going to call on my outsider if you feel that I have an outlander skill of finding enough food for the party. I don't know how much time that would normally take.
If you're going hunting, I mean, especially in like the woods, yeah, you'll be able. I mean, this isn't like the woods. The other woods have been picked dry. This is you'd be able to find a couple deer.
Great, yeah, because it says what background I can find things that. Okay, so she'll grab that and bring it back.
Yeah, and the dogs, like if you just give it to them raw, they'll just eat it up.
Yeah, she'll feed some to the deer. I mean, some to the dogs, and she'll make some. She'll keep some for herself because she needs to replenish her rations.
Okay. And after you're at like the second, okay, we'll give you 3 deer. So once you get the third one, and you're like field dressing them, which I'm assuming. You hear a bunch of those dwarven kids come up and they're grumbling and they're going out and scavenging now. So, talking about that mean old dwarf and the centaur.
Got it. And she'd give some extra to the salamander.
And she says, would you do me a favor and put it on that pedestal over there where I can reach it? I gotta keep my girly figure, you know.
Put it on the pedestal?
Yeah, like there's a little pedestal, like where she could easily reach it.
And I'm back.
Because she has to watch her girly figure. She can't eat everything.
Okay.
And yeah, so Demetrius, you missed. You and Nico whoop their hides, and Arcadia goes up and scavenges, and the kids go up after her a few moments later. And she found 3 deer. The dogs were looked like they hadn't been fed in a while, so she fed some food to the dogs too. And also to the salamander. Tip of a finger.
Nico, something just came to me. We got visions from Lutheria and right? Or the Oracle gave us a prediction. And we figured out that one of yours led to the constellation of the Bard. Which is the island of the Oathbreakers. Could it be that you had an oath to Lutheria that you have broken?
Perhaps. Can't remember. Maybe in another life. On
Maybe
another level.
maybe the answer to that will be on the island of the Oathbreakers.
Oh, you've got me thinking. I'm scared now. I'm scared. Hold me, Demetrius.
Especially with this creepy music in the back.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Nah, it's the music.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, creeped out. Out of character, I think I know why, but I'm not saying it.
Okay.
I want to keep it until it turns out, and then I'll be like, "Oh shit, I was right."
I'm curious. Now I'm curious.
So, what's the plan here, guys? I think we got everything we wanted at the fort, or?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that instill on these dwarves that my dogs should be well taken care of, and that they need to help feed the dogs and the salamander and keep them nourished. Otherwise, when I come back, I'm gonna start raging.
Yeah, we will be back often, and they need to respect your elders and treat the salamander like a queen.
I'm not gonna rage. My gnome friend here is gonna rage.
Yeah, it's worse than it's worse when he turns into a bear.
That's right.
All right. Well, I say we get it back on the Ultros. We choose an island and we sail. Try to find out what happened to the gods. What say you guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Nico? You want to sail or? Arcadia, what do you think?
Well, she can't think of anything else to do.
And which island do you think is a good one?
Well, something that's not beyond our capabilities, like the last one.
The problem is we don't know those.
Oh, we don't know. That's right.
And you also do notice, though, that Arcadia is kind of soaking wet.
Aska, did you go fishing?
She says, I took a quick bath.
Arcadia.
And you see that Amitus is biting his tongue.
She bathes herself in private. She won't have anybody else touch her.
Yeah, so we needed to go to that one island to commune with the fire god, or I think, and to find out more about the fates, right?
Okay.
Well, I guess I will. Which island was that, Arcadia? Do you know?
It was the Chariot. Constellation of the Chariots. And I'm curious if we can go there without that piece of the Antikythera. Because remember, we got that
last
one.
time?
Yeah, well, see, what happened was we got Chondros really early, I think, and we purposely didn't put that piece in because we had a feeling that was meant for us to get when we were a lot higher level.
Oh, and the Chariot is on the regular constellation map, though. Do we need that piece to go to the Chariot?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I'll just put the regular Antikythera without the piece. I'll put it in the Chariot.
It will not go. Like when you kind of like typically when you dial things, it'll stay in place. But when you dial it to this one, it zips back to the bear.
Oh, we'll need that extra piece, but I don't know if we're supposed to. I don't know if we're strong enough.
Well, there's not much else we can do.
Well, we don't
mean,
have.
like-
I mean,
We could ask Arcanliner to borrow us a few dragons. But I don't think that will go over
Not
well.
likely.
Well, I say we just go to it. Before we dock, we just have your bird check everything out. And if it's too much for us, we just find a different island.
let's just look to see what other things are there. That's where the fates are.
So,
Let's
under
see, we
info,
also
the Ultras and Constellation, you have all the islands that we know and what quests we have there.
Right. We had the Fire Island. Did we go there? Which ones did we go to? I have to. Damn it. We went to Yonder. Right? We went to Yonder.
Yep.
I think we went to Yonder and to Chimera Island.
Didn't Corbin see one in a vision too? But I can't remember if we went to that one or not.
Corbin saw the constellation of the Queen. That's oh yeah. We went to Indigo Island. That is completed. That's the one.
Is that where the dwarves are? And the
That's the one with the elves, right?
Yeah.
And then we went to Chimera Island. That was I can't remember offhand. So, but did we go to Yonder? Yonder, is that where we were?
Yeah, that was the fortress island where Nico sneaked in. Got that.
Okay, I'll mark the island of Yonder as visited. I'll mark the Trickster and the Queen as completed.
Right. I'm wondering if we shouldn't go to things that because we haven't been to the Prisoner.
Yeah.
That's Fire Island. We know about. A sailor told us about that, and we haven't. That's where Verena originally said Bragos. Bragos is on Fire Island.
Yeah.
So we haven't been there, and we haven't been to Nicodemus's, which is the island of the Oathbreakers.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Maybe what.
And Scorpion Island was the one with the tribe of centaurs, Folon.
Right, the constellation of the Centaur. That's with the Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering.
Well, we don't have any direct quests on the prisoner thing. We do on the Oathbreakers and Scorpion Island.
Right. Probably there's some sort of a hag, I'm guessing, on the Scorpion Island, right? To curse the...
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
A hag seems doable for our level. I'm thinking it's between Fire Island and Island of the Oathbreakers. Or, I mean, which one would more closely relate to the gods disappearing? Maybe that's just the Oath of Peace.
Well, the constellation, the story behind Fire Island, it says Chalcia, the goddess of swiftness, was the only god to escape when her siblings Sidon and Lutheria decided to destroy their brothers and sisters. She escaped to an island of fire, pursued by Sidon's storm of wrath. She hid deep in the island and waited for the storm to abate. You can see her cowering in those 7 bright stars. But Sidon and Lutheria did not leave. Instead, the twins reached deep into the roots of the island, shifting rock and stone to trap their sister in a tiny chamber at the island's fiery heart. Look, you can see the red star beneath Chalcia. It represents the everlasting torment she suffers trapped at the island's center. So we could try to save a god, and she's probably pissed off at Sidon and Lutheria.
And she might know what's going on.
Maybe.
It's a good idea.
And also Bragos is there, so he could kill 2.
All right, I will assign it to the prisoner. Can I do that without the extra piece?
Double check. Yes, you can.
Then I'll set it to the prisoner and put it on a dock on the Ultros.
Okay. 2 seconds here. All right. Okay. So you are ready to set sail?
Full speed, I guess.
Okay.
And since Bragos wronged Verena, this is the tiefling that asked when she overheard you guys plotting against Acastus.
Yes.
I wonder if she and her other tiefling friend, do they have any beef? Will they join the party on doing here?
If it is willing, if you guys are letting them, they will.
Yeah.
All right. So we set sail. There's not much unless you want to kind of like fast forward, or if you want to talk.
Same old with Arcadia.
All right. So you go to bed for the night.
Although she might go to Chondros and ask him if he has a feeling of where Lutheria is. But she will not say her name. She'll say the lady, his goddess. She'll say it that way.
He does not get the sense.
Corbin would probably go to Nico and just discuss with him. Say, I'm very troubled, Nico. I'm beginning to question our entire goal here. The gods do not seem to be what I thought they were. I just don't understand. My mind is not what it once was from before. What do you think?
I think they plot with each other too. Whether against us or not, I don't think they truly care for us. They have their own agendas. But
I think we
I'm
should
here to save this world with our people.
Are we really saving it? I don't know.
I truly hope so.
They tell us that the peace is here, but I don't know who we can trust anymore.
I truly hope so. But we know in our hearts we're doing the right thing. We just have to stick with it. There may be some there may be some times when we doubt ourselves, but we have to stay together as a team and depend on each other and rely on each other. Just know in your heart that you're doing the right thing.
Yes, I think from now on I will do what I think is right and not what the gods tell me is right. And Corbin will go back to bed.
All right. So you bed down for the night, and when you wake up, I guess we'll fast forward for the next couple of days. So, heading to Fire Island. So as you go to sleep for the night, and the next couple of days or whatnot. So you eventually hear land ho, and as you wake up, you see like a smaller island, but it looks like there's more like a lot of smoke coming off of this island as well. It doesn't look big enough to be like a main island. It's kind of like a smaller-ish island.
All right.
I send Nyx to investigate.
Okay. And as she goes to investigate, she calls back and says that it looks to be post-sacrifice.
Can she tell what was sacrificed? And are there creatures on the island, or humanoids, or?
No creatures, but a lot of bones.
And what did the bones look like? Did it look like people bones? Or animal bones?
Bones. I don't know if she would be... Not saying she's dumb, but I don't know if she'd be...
Okay, well, yeah, she's not. Yeah, okay.
So... Did some, on the background, whilst we were in the games, did some death flag trigger?
I don't know.
I guess I will prepare a ship, a small sailboat to go to the island.
Okay. Are we all going?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So when you get there, this is a lot bigger, like, bonfire-ish thing than you would think, but this it's kind of dissipated out. And you get there, and there are lots and lots and lots of bones, and you do see like pieces of cloth and like maybe a couple pieces of armor and whatnot.
Now that we're closer, so with the armor, it looks like these are human sacrifices?
So it looks like, give me, these bones here do not look like they belong all to humans. Like there's a lot of, like these are very, very large bones.
And Nick said that this looked like a recent sacrifice.
Correct.
Can we explore the island a little bit, see if there's like a cave or something?
It's like an open plateau. Like you could walk from one end to the other in 10 minutes most. And it's all wide open.
Okay. So there are no defining features, not an altar or something, just bones.
Well, bones and like some cloth here, maybe an armor or two here. Like if you started sifting through things or checking, you might find more.
Do these bones all seem to be like giants or gigants?
Not all of them.
Weird.
Well, give me a medicine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, damn, it's a good roll. You killed a dragon, so you know that some of these, actually, these look like a lot of dragon bones. You find a couple dragon skulls, like you see 4 dragon skulls, and you see 2 humanoid skulls.
Is this some kind of dragon burial ground?
It looks like it just happened.
Oh, that is weird. Something strange happened here.
Has the time expired on the piece?
It has not. If you remember, I think Arcadia said there was, there have been about 40 days left now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is there, looking around, are there any tracks that Arcadia's going to look to see if there are any tracks leading to the altar, or?
There are not.
And no, does it look like there are any hidden entrances or anything as they're walking around?
There's not.
Do we recognize in anything the handiwork of a specific god? Can I that? Like,
you kind of broke up.
do we recognize the handiwork of a certain god? Like these are typically, for example, Lutheria's rituals or another god's ritual.
Give me a religion. These do not appear to be any sort of ritual that you have seen.
Okay, so I'm going to have to check my notes here.
Well, according to the legend, the sister is trapped in a tiny chamber at the island's fiery heart. So it would be somewhere underneath here. If we take this, if we take this literally, but see, lots of these are not literal. Like when we went to Chimera Island, there was nothing with the flowers. And supposedly Bragos is here, unless that's his bones.
And one of the sailors, sorry, I think I didn't say this, but one of the sailors says that this is not Fire Island.
Wait, what? This is not Fire Island.
Correct.
But we said the constellation thing.
Yes, you did.
I will ask him, does he know where we are?
He does not know this place. And this would have happened before you even came out here.
That we're here, we might as well explore more, though.
I mean, we can, but... I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Was there an altar or not?
Nope, no altar. Just the bones, some fabric. If you maybe look at the fabric or investigate some of that shit, but some little bit of armor and stuff like that.
Now, Arcadia's going to investigate all of the pieces of clothing or armor to try to figure out who they belong to.
Give me an investigation with advantage. Okay, so easy. First thing you notice, Pythor's cup.
What?
What?
Wait a minute. Are we asleep?
Second thing you notice, Kyra's clothing.
Wait, say this again. Wait. I say the first thing. I totally missed it.
First thing you notice, Pythor's cup. Second thing, Kyra's clothing. Third thing, Vulcan's hammer.
I walk over and I try to kick Corbin.
Kick him as hard as you can.
But he's too fast and wily.
Too fast and wily.
I roll out of the way.
I was just testing if this is a dream.
Fourth thing
you notice.
Valis is like her necklace and earrings, and her crown. Fifth thing you notice, Sidearm's clothing. Sixth thing you notice, Lutheria's clothing and her like jewelry.
Hmm.
But these bones, they look like some humanoid, some dragon.
Do they look like
Dragonlords
Dragonlords?
kill the gods.
What was that?
So there's Dragonlords? Does it appear to be like Dragonlord remains?
They're humanoid bones, like two human skulls, humanoid skulls, 4 dragon skulls.
Hmm.
I'm going to gather all of those things.
Okay. Like the clothing and the items, I'm guessing after.
Yeah, all those items. Yeah, not the bones, but all the items, the pieces of clothing, the jewelry, the crown, the hammer, the cup.
Okay.
Do I notice anything underneath where they were, with the ground?
You do not. So what do we do? I think they're like probably like, what the
Arcadia asked
fuck?
the others, are we satisfied that we've investigated this island enough? We've found all that we can find?
Probably like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, this is very strange. What time of day is it over here?
Afternoon. The sun is up and shining. It's a very beautiful day. Not gonna lie, this is kind of a first. You guys are like silent.
Yeah, they're very confusing. Well, perhaps we should explore more on this island. It's got to be an answer here.
Well, I'm going with this dream because there are no way gods are dead. So someone is fucking with us.
I don't know. You can see, feel, touch each other. I mean, it's been, you've had what, 4 days now out in the together on the sea.
And we just encountered what appear to be the corpses of the gods.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I would like. I don't know if this the gods though, because this 4 dragon bones and 2 humanoid bones.
Well, I guess yeah. So, did some dragons come and fight the gods here and die? Can I look at the race of those bones? Are they just like human, or are they like gnome or dwarf?
You are very roboty.
Oh, let me check one moment. Hello, hello. What about now?
That's better.
So, what race are these bones from? Are they like gnomes or dwarfs or just humans?
They appear to be humans.
Okay. And these dragons, they are just complete adult dragons. Do we find any scales that might indicate what race or color?
No, there's no scales, no skin, no organs, any of that. Just bones.
So if this isn't a vision and we haven't gone insane and this is real, then something happened. The gods potentially came here and did battle, maybe with these dragons. And they lost some fabric, but their corpses don't seem to be here. And the ship somehow took us here. And don't know how.
Do we see any islands in the distance, or is this just by itself?
By itself.
Well, let's help Arcadia gather everything that we find and put it on the ship.
Okay.
Let's get a crew to help as well.
Including bones or just the feather?
Just the dragon bones, maybe the human bones as well.
Okay.
Everything.
Basically everything. Okay, easy enough. Yeah, that'd take a couple hours.
All right.
Arcadia would hand Demetrius his old mug.
And he'll take it. And I guess maybe we can return to Mitros, find some kind of wizard that can cast some kind of magic on these bones to find out, I don't know, what happened.
Maybe.
It's all I can come up with, really.
Yeah, raise the dead. Something like that. Or you know what I mean.
Talk to dead or
Dead,
divination, locate object, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to go back to Mitros. Maybe we go to another city.
Yeah, there's Mitros and I think Astoria are the only two cities.
No, there's
No, there's a Regia, but we haven't been there. That's where the monks are from.
Oh,
Maybe let's
yeah.
go visit
Mitros-
the monks. See Chuck
Mitros
Norris.
does, yeah. Mitros does have the the library, where.
I feel that if we go to a new city now, whilst we're still trying to solve this, we lose the plot. Because there, when we go there, new events will happen and quests and people we will meet. So I think that's too busy. I think we should try to stay within familiar territory for now. Because
Yeah.
Well, like,
Kind of
we'll
like,
have to go meet their king and such, and
kind of like,
they will, yeah.
kind of like, welcome to Witcher 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like we'll go to that city, and that city they'll be under attack by something. We'll have to save it and meet their king, and it'll be a whole deal.
yeah, I think. Well, we can go to the academy at Mitros. That's where the
Yes.
high magic learner is. Or we can ask Camos, not Camos.
Beast.
Yeah, because I'm not a fan of Mitros at the moment, but I think it's our best shot. I think we should go with Arcadia's plan.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you set the
I'll send it back to the bear.
All right. So when you pull out, because I'm sure you probably studied this thing a little bit. You notice that there is a new setting on that device.
Okay, and what's the new setting?
It's setting for here, and it's a picture, like a constellation of a dragon.
The dragon. Wasn't that what Arcadia's vision is about?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, cancel that. Because that is actually already a constellation. It's a constellation of a what the hell is that? Chalice. There we go.
A chalice. Okay. Well, only one thing for it. I'll put it to the chalice.
You'll put the.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but
like,
Chalice is where we are.
The chalice is where you're at.
Oh, I thought you said there was a new thing on there.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
because
that leads us here.
that will lead you here.
Oh, so now that we know that this isn't Fire Island, this is the Chalice Island. Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
Correct.
Let me write that down in the note. The Chalice. Wasn't the Chalice a symbol of someone? Should we name this place, guys? Bone Island? The party was brought here. And they meant to go to Fire Island and found bones and remains that indicate the gods and titans were here. Okay, I've got that noted down. So I guess we said it to the bear.
Okay. All right, setting it to the bear. I'm assuming some kind of password again.
Yes.
All right. So when you go to bed that night, when you guys give me a perception check, please. Wow. All right. So Corbin and Corbin only. You guys will all wake up, obviously, but Corbin, you wake up to the smell of smoke.
I'll alert the others.
All right, so when you wake up and you pop up, you're back in your tent in Mutros.
I fucking knew it. I called it.
Interesting.
It was Lutheria again.
I think there's something wrong with her.
But was it?
So are we all back in our individual tents?
Yes.
I'll go gather everybody and say.
Do we hear the Wayne's World? Diddle-a-did,
You do not, but you do smell
Oh,
smoke
God.
again, and you see a dark plume.
Is it coming from the docks where our boat is?
It is.
I'll ask Arcadia to send their mechanical.
Yeah, I'll
bird
send
over
Nyx
there.
over there.
And once again, you see she sees the spelling out and the dock on fire.
No, I'm going to go visit the gods immediately. I'm going to ask the game organizer if the game is on.
Do I still have my boots?
You do.
Okay. Do we still? Well, I guess we'd have to check the ship to see if the stuff's still on the ship.
Are you going to go down to the ship?
Not yet.
Okay.
I will look at the Antikythera.
Okay.
Is there anything special?
You notice that the symbol of a chalice is on that.
All right. I will tell the party that a symbol of a chalice has appeared.
Arcadius asked the nearest person what day it is. Is it the next day or 4 days later from what we think it should be?
It is the next day.
Wait. Is it the next day like the 4 days didn't happen? Or did the 4 days happen and it's now the day after that?
It's the day of it's the third day of the Great Games.
Okay. I will go to the game organizer and ask him if the game is on.
He looks at you and, well, yeah.
And what time is it on?
Let's see, you got the sacrifice in about an hour, so about an hour after that, so 2.5 hours.
I will tell the party this, and I think that we should find the gods and maybe tell them what happened, or there's this new
If
thing
they're
on
around.
Yeah. Can we try and find the gods?
Well, someone has a pickle.
Grab the pickle again. Try it out. Nico.
You're probably, what the fuck?
So Nico shakes the pickle and Wake up, Kyra!
Huh? What? Why are you waking me? It's so early.
I think Lutheria's fucking with us.
Yes, something strange happened to all of us.
Something strange happens to all of us all the time.
Yes,
Arcadia. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Does this feel like a Lutheria-induced dream? Because we've had them before. Or did this feel more like a vision?
It did not feel like a Lutheria dream.
I'll ask her, is your sister around?
Which one?
Valis.
Yeah.
Can we speak to her?
Of course, you want to speak to the pretty one. Yeah, go ahead.
We think you're the pretty one, Kyra, but don't tell your sister we said that.
I heard it.
We just received a strange 4-day vision that took us to an island where we found remains of you gods.
Remains of us gods. What are you talking about?
Like, you were vaporized. We found your crown and your clothes.
In our bones?
Yes.
What kind of bones did you find?
We found No, we didn't find your bones. We only found your stuff, like your clothing and your crown. And we found dragon bones and humanoid bones.
You hear silence for a moment, and like you kind of detect like fate whispering between them two. And she'll say, "How many dragons? How many human?
2 dragons and 2 humans.
How many dragons?
2.
He said
Are you sure it was 2?
Was it 2 guys?
no, it was more than that.
How many?
Take care, Pandora. Thanks for hanging out.
Does anyone else remember exactly?
It was
4. Okay, 4 dragons and 2 humanoids. And the remains of you as well as the titans.
And she'll say, "Where are you?"
We are in the Olympian camp. The contesting camp, or...
Can you get to the Temple of the 5 Gods?
Yes, that shouldn't be a problem.
Post haste.
And I guess we depart post-haste to the temple.
Okay. So when you get to the temple, it is clear of everyone. Like there's basically Valis' guard, including Michaela, outside, and telling everyone, not letting anyone in, except for you 4. You go in, and you see Valis, Vulcan, Kyra, and Pythor. Pythor looks sober. And they ask you to close the doors.
Do we will? And I will be holding the Antikythera.
And they ask you to describe this vision that you had.
We'll relay the entire vision, and I will show them the new location on the Antikythera.
And they all look between each other for a few moments, and you see Pythor give a little nod, and Valis will say, "Well, that is very troubling. That island is it might be a sign of things to come if you are unsuccessful." And she'll say, "Because you did not just find our remains, you found all of our bones."
Huh?
Are
What do you
you
mean?
saying you are part dragon?
And Vulcan will stand up. "Enough. Show them already." And Kyra says, "Remember, you have to keep this between us, okay?"
Okay.
And they all four stand up, and bright light comes from all of them. And after the light dissipates before you are 4 dragons.
Wait a fucking minute. You are not gods? You are dragons pretending to be gods.
And that's where we will pick it up next week.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Holy.
How deep does the rabbit hole go? What the fuck? What about the Titans? Oh my god.
You got this creepy music playing the whole time.
Wait, is Sion the good guy?
I don't think so.
I mean, humans invaded this island with the 5 gods, which are just dragon imposters. And the original people and the original gods of this island were swept aside. So is Sion actually just the good guy? Okay. That's gonna be interesting.
Dun dun dun. Well, yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Oh my god, that's fucked up.
That's some funny shit. Love it.
That's a mind blow.
And you want to know something funny?
What?
I've been posting, like, I think the first, I want to say 10 to 40 sessions. If you take all the letters that are capitalized, it spells out a little message.
I was wondering about that. I noticed that. I totally noticed that.
Wait, what did I miss?
I wondered about that. I was actually going to say something to you about that in a.
Which letters are capitalized?
No, if you start looking through the old Twitch streams, there's just random seeming letters that are capitalized.
In the
And I was
title
like, yes.
Well, I'm looking at it now. Showdown, it's a not okay corral. I don't see any random letters that are capitalized.
No. Look in the back, like the great games. It was like the GREAT games.
Wait, where?
Look in the past Twitch, all of the titles of the past Twitch.
So not this one, only the past ones.
Well, no, I mean it could be everything. I mean, I haven't actually put them all together.
Okay, we need to go do that. We need to go.
I almost said that.
Oh yeah, there's weird shit going on. Like
No,
Pyro's Tower, Lab Irons.
Yep. No, I noticed that.
Just evil.
Oh man, I've had that shit planned out for a while. Months and months and months and months.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that is where we will end for today.
All right. Well, that was a fun game today.
But, all right.
Even games that don't have battles and combat are still fun as hell.
Yeah, like a lot of weird shit can go on. Now, Nika, I'm curious, because you said something about earlier, because the music, is that anything that you had thought, or is it different?
What do you mean?
You're saying something about the creepy music earlier. Like, oh, I'm thinking this is something that's going on. I wonder if I'm right.
With what, in regards to what Demetrius said, did I do something to piss off who did you ask that I pissed off?
Lutheria.
Lutheria.
Did you break an oath to her?
I'm like, I could have done something wrong to piss her off. So I'm not quite sure. I'd have to go back and think about it, but it could possibly be that
Possibly.
when I changed and went full druid, and I got rid of that one level of cleric.
Oh,
I broke a promise by doing that.
Hold on. Who are you a cleric of? Were you a cleric of
Oh my
Lutheria?
God.
I don't think so. I thought it was Stylia, but I could be wrong. It's been so long ago. So I'm not going to say any more than that.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, is this what happens? I don't know. But, yeah.
That was fun.
The 5 gods of the 5 dragons.
The 5 imposters.
And really quick. Actually, here's another hint that this is. So, Faith, do you have the notes from when you went to the necropolis like ages ago?
Yeah, I
I
should
do.
have.
All right, so look at the names of the dragons.
Okay, hold on a second.
I think Cursed Mind.
Hold
No,
on.
I don't have this
What?
anymore.
I do. I have them all. Hold on a second. I just need to find them all. Just stand by.
I've been holding on to this one for a while.
Now this is going back a ways. Let's see. Let's try session 11. Okay, that's Minotaur, so let me go back a little further. Let's try 9.
But during the labors, I believe.
Okay, here we go. The Necropolis of Tillamook. You're heading in. You're fighting harpies. Okay, Necropolis opens up. Tessaphili is one. That was Tillamook's Tessaphili.
All right, so look at where was it at? All right, so
Gregor Horak was Hezebal.
so look at
And you have-
look at Esther Archlander's dragon.
Arcarania.
Now take out the first 2 letters.
Fucking moment.
Oh, Kyra.
Kyra.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's why he said he
And
wants to ride her.
Valorous-
Remember he said, I'm going to ride you.
Yeah.
He said that.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
And what about the current king? Does he have a dragon? Is Queen Valis the current king's dragon? Has she been serving his family? That's why the eggs. Remember the eggs, the dragon eggs, they got it from Mitros or something, right?
So Tessaphili, Valis, Res
Well, where's
Patreon.
Tessaphili? Wait a
Patreon.
second.
Oh my god, we missed
So-
that one?
So look at Res Patreon, Pythor,
Did we miss Patreon? Jesus.
Sebulcharax, Volcon.
What? How did we miss that? Wait, we didn't know all their names back then, I think.
Enough. We're different enough.
They're different enough, but they're like little.
Yeah, I think back then we didn't have all those names in our heads yet.
Uh huh.
So with the
Correct.
5
Remember
gods
when we
used
first
to-
met the queen, we didn't know she was a dragon until we looked it up.
The 5 gods were the dragons of the Dragonlords?
Yep.
Oh my god. That means they're not gods at all.
Well, maybe they are now. Maybe they became gods.
I don't think so.
No, we just saw we saw Kara get taken down. So, oh my god!
Yeah.
Now Arcadia's like, what the fuck? Does this mean her? She's part dragon? God.
There was
damn it.
that silver dragon, right? That was I think he told us that they got a clutch of eggs or something from the mountains or from Mitros. Right?
Yeah, the silver dragon who likes coffee.
Balmy.
Said that he was given a vision to where to.
Maybe those are actually Mitros' eggs.
And
Like-
and Mutros is named after a what?
City.
No,
Well, the city is named after Mitros.
No.
Mitros.
now look at Bal.
She's named
Tria?
after the dragons.
Oh yeah,
Balmitria.
Balmitria. Oh, Jesus.
Whoa, so it's just her eggs. But why? Oh my god, they are just pretending to be gods.
And what session was that in?
Oh,
What,
that was
the-
ages ago.
Like the
Wait,
third
which
second
one?
movie?
The
Wait, what are you
necropolis.
talking about?
The necropolis.
The
What session?
necropolis?
Yeah, what session was that?
I was just thinking that was like 11 or something like that. Let me look. I just got rid of it. There's too many of these. Yeah, 9 was back to Astoria. I gotta figure out a way to make these chronological because.
The necropolis. I just pulled it up. Episode 10.
Yeah.
So that shit has been in.
Yes, continue. So that was February 13th, 2022.
Yeah. So,
Man, we got some hard choices to make now.
so I dropped that. I named that shit for you over a year ago.
Jesus Christ.
Wonder what else we missed.
I don't know.
Probably a lot.
Oh, sorry, no, the session 10, because there were some cancellations or whatever, it was the 6th of February 2022. I'm
It
so
does
glad I'm not.
explain so much, like, why the gods seem so humble and limited. I mean, there's just a bunch of upstart dragons. Sidon could probably one-shot them. Well, probably not, because they did manage to get the peace, but that was with the Dragonlords.
I'm beginning to wonder if the dragons didn't cut some kind of deal to become gods.
I'm just wondering, what is Sidon? Is he real? Is Lutheria real? We need to talk to them. I want to talk to Sidon. I want to hear what he has to say about this. Because, you know, if Sidon is actually a real god, and these 5 gods are just pretending, and Sidon is actually trying to, like, bring back the centaur, that's going to be a problem for Demetrius. Because he might agree with that. We'll have to see.
It's gonna be harder for the people who are worshipping the 5. Or who are not worshipping Titans.
And then you gotta think of what about Kentamine?
I mean, we've seen his moving hands, right?
Yeah.
That seem to indicate that he has, like, at least he's not a dragon.
Yeah. It's a little interesting.
Indeed.
Now it's like it's kind of like, okay, now that you know this information, like, am I really the good guys?
Yeah. Aren't these just like actually the Americans versus the Native Americans? You know, like the centaur and stuff are like the original owners of the land. Then this modern culture comes along with their powerful weapons and the dragons. Well, you know, it's interesting.
Yeah. And I was
It's right.
I was struggling. I was like, okay, like my only struggle is when to reveal that to you, and I think this was a good point, like a good place, because now it's right about halfway through.
Okay. Damn. But if it's halfway through, we should be level 10.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Well, we're still one more day away from leveling again.
But
All right.
But you don't.
One more day of game time at 3 more months of Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly.
In July.
But yeah, I think that was a good point to do that little review.
Yeah, it was very interesting, and it does add up right from the start. Because they just wrote it like that for sure. Like, think about it, the salamander. That's like a dragon-typed creature that you see in a dragon's dungeon. Like when you go to Onyxia in World of Warcraft, there's also like that salamander guys are there.
Uh-huh.
So that makes sense. And
why she doesn't completely hate Vulcan like she does the dwarves.
Or why Vulcan is a dwarf and Pythor is his son as a human.
Uh-huh. Like a big human.
Or when Kyra lied about the city of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and that Esther saying, Kiki, it's been a while since I gave you a good writing.
Uh-huh. Y'all thought he was just being disgusting.
Yeah, we thought he was being nasty, but he was just trying to train his dragon again.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so it does go quite a bit deeper. I'm just thinking, who else is a dragon?
Well, apparently Arcadia is half one now. I mean, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, you're not a demigod. You're half. You're like what a sorcerer is, you know.
So your mama banged a dragon.
And pretty much.
Oh, and
you're like Ilrin's kid.
And Arcadia, think about this. Now, does that make sense of why Hexia is such a bitch?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
That's why Hexia kidnapped her. It's just one dragon getting jealous of another dragon. This world is just plunged into dragon affairs. It's just a bunch of bitchy dragons pretending to be gods and just telling mortals what to do.
Odyssey of the Dragon, bitches.
Yeah, exactly.
And how is now? I wonder how Demetrius is going to feel because he hates dragons.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he instantly called them imposters to their face.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to know what Sidon and their deal is. I want to have like a talk to him. Like, what motivates him? Is he a good guy, a bad guy? Does he just want to get rid of a few dragons and just like set his island free? I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah. This goes deeper than you thought. That was fun. What the hell? This. Oh. But yeah, I think that'll be good. It's 2 a.m. and my flight is at 8.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh, you're flying back tomorrow?
yeah, well, today, but yeah.
Aw. Wah, wah.
Yeah. What do you mean, wah, wah?
Flying back? Or are you
Yeah.
ready to come home?
I'm ready. I miss my cats. Plus, I miss my kid. My oldest turned 18 Wednesday, and she graduates Friday, so I'm like ready to go home.
You gotta be there for the graduation too, you know.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, I gotta head out. It was fun today.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Take care.
Wow. Thanks.
All right, Steve. I'll cut this. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Man, I need to seriously